As a collective, our group focused closely on how might we create an online learning space which can ensure that students don't miss out on interactive group learning activities and discussions when they are unable to attend tutorials. We as a group came up with this idea through looking into each other's individual ideas so that we could identify what was overall more important for students here at RMIT. We looked into trying to understand students and our classmates to attempt to enhance their development on their education, but also our experience thus far in our classes. Reflecting this really created a deeper understanding to the problem, along with some interview questions that we asked our classmates, which really helped us. Our group also understood that with a busy life, problems can get in the way. So, when developing our problem, focusing on how we can ensure that students have the ability not to miss out on classes became a large focus point. Through thorough brainstorming, discussion, and research, our group believed that this problem does affect students, and creating a solution by using an online learning space will expand students' education. Through this pitch, these ideas can be explored by my classmates, and later we can look into finding a possible solution that will help students as much as possible to enhance their learning.
As a part of our user analysis for the last project, identifying a solution for this problem in the learning space, we were able to identify that students were a primary user in this learning space and they're the ones that are facing these issues. And so in doing that, we were able to conduct a user persona map shown on the slide, which goes through each things such as goals, challenges, needs, dislikes, motivations, and products that they enjoy of a user being students at RMIT. Some goals being to pass every assignment, needs are being things like having an accessible learning space, and challenges being a lack of knowledge on how to use technology at RMIT in the learning space. In order to gain a further understanding on the thoughts and feelings of students at RMIT, we were able to conduct it and produce an empathy map of these students. This empathy map shown on the slide goes through what students think and feel, see, hear, say and do, and pains and gains in regards to the learning space at RMIT. Some things that they hear may be things such as AI is really helpful, being able to learn on and off of campus is really useful, and it's great to use technology to assist with projects and work. Things that they may think and feel is that they want a learning space that fits their needs and provides what they need so that they can maximize their learning and make the most of their time. Things that students may see is people using AI to gain ideas, and others working from home and also getting work done while still going in. So using that hybrid learning that we have been identifying as a big issue currently in the learning space.
Thanks for that great insight, Leroy, into the real issue and challenges that these users are facing and why we need to come up with a solution to this problem. What I'm going to go over with you now is our proposed solution for how we can fix this issue for the users going forward, and a real good opportunity for you guys at Adobe to take advantage of and really capitalize on this area for growth in the market. So our proposed solution is, as we've worked on group projects in uni, we've used a lot of shared Microsoft Word documents. However, we find that with these, we can't really share ideas, or we have to use a secondary app such as Instagram or Snapchat to share our ideas and then translate the work over onto Microsoft Word. So our proposed solution is a document like a Word document where you can type and fill in your work, but it also comes with a chat feature that allows you to send messages between group members and also voice messages so that you can really share those in-depth ideas. And what we think this will allow is more collaborative work when working on group assignments, as it means that it's a lot easier to share your ideas with group members on the one platform. As well, to avoid issues of harassment, bullying, all those negative sort of things taking place on our platform, we plan to integrate AI technology into the chat feature so that it can check over all the messages and voice memos that are sent, just to make sure that they're, appropriate and they're not harmful in any way. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Tom. So now we're going to get into the justification of the solution. And so when we talk about our solution, in terms of the impact effort matrix, it belongs in the high impact, high effort section, because this provides students who are unable to attend in-person classes with an interesting and dynamic learning environment, and to guarantee great performance and a positive user experience. It will require a substantial amount of development, integration, and troubleshooting work that is needed. And when we look into the DVF framework, we can say that in regards to its desirability, it's highly desirable because they meet the demands for exchanging ideas and real-time engagement, which can significantly enhance the educational process. And in the viability part, we can say it's workable because with the right development and integration, they can form an enduring component of the curriculum. And finally, with its feasibility, although it is possible, developing and integrating them takes a lot of money. But as the technology advances, meaning as the years go by, this is becoming more and more possible. And lastly, Adobe has a corporate social responsibility to all their users to keep them protected when using its service. Our AI feature has the capacity to monitor chats for harmful content, store messages for conflict resolution, and ensure any work generated by a group on the platform is the intellectual property of all members in that group to avoid plagiarism conflicts between members later on.
Thanks for that, Cyril. Now let's move on to the prototype and solution. The solution we created was a document that is similar to a Word or Google Doc. The similarities are its appearance as well as how it functions. This design was intentional by us to ensure that students who adopt it will do so seamlessly. What sets our document apart from our competitors, however, is viewable on the bottom right-hand side of the document. There is a button that, when pressed, reveals a chat section where anyone in the document is able to communicate with one another. Hence the name of our solution, DocuChat. Communication can be done through writing messages or sending voice messages. To ensure that there is no inappropriate messages and students remain safe, there's AI checking messages before they are sent. DocuChat's chat functionality allows for communication so easy, students at home will feel as if they are actually collaborating in person. If I may move your attention to the far left image, it depicts what DocuChat looks like without the chat open, and the image to its right displays the document with the chat function open. To see if DocuChat was relevant to undergraduate business students, I asked 10 students on if it would help them collaborate in groups, even if they are home. I showed them the images that I had just presented you prior, which is our prototype. And as seen on the column graph on the far right of the presentation, 9 out of 10 students agreed that it would help them do this. This 90% acceptance rate convincingly displays that DocuChat is welcomed and desired by students.
To implement our solution within a certain time period, a Gantt chart was developed to outline the steps needed to take towards the implementation, as well as how long each step should take. As a whole, the board should firstly review the situation and user analysis, as well as the problem definition, and that should be done within the first week of development. In the second week, every possible solution will be evaluated, and one will be decided on, and once that decision has been made, the legal team will collect all legal requirements to be able to begin the development process. The next step will be actually developing the prototype, and this will be the most lengthy process, which is why 3 weeks have been allocated for this part. And this is to ensure that the prototype is able to be tested and released by the 4th week of June and be implemented within that decided time period. Testing the prototype is the next step, and that will be a 2-week process to ensure that our proposed solution is up to standard and any bugs or issues will be eliminated before the final release. And the last week of June is when the implementation process is completed and the final product is released for public use.
Yeah, thanks for that, Marcus. And I mean, wow, if that Gantt chart doesn't give you full confidence in our proposition, then I don't know what will. Really strong outline of the necessary steps that you guys can take here at Adobe to really fill this gap in the market and really capitalize on this opportunity to fix the problem that these students are facing when working collaboratively. You might be asking yourselves, now where to from here? We've given you the outline of the steps you guys can take, our proposed solution to this problem. So we would like to work with you guys at Adobe to really make this plan a reality, to really bring our prototype to life. And we think that the first and most important step would be to get a copyright on our idea to make sure that none of our competitors or your competitors can really copy with the chat feature, especially as well the integration of the AI we really think could set us apart from the competitors and the products that they offer. So let's really try and get a copyright on that idea. And then from there, we're happy to work with you guys doing testing on groups and really try and make this idea a reality.